Lane B from Wales. He's got a personal best of 5.82, 5.58 in qualification today. He lists his achievements as the under-12 house swimming breaststroke bronze medalist. Didn't actually say that whether this was school or at home, where he beat his sister and his mum and his dad, or come third out of fourth. But on B, Lane B, it's James Miller. On Lane C from Lithuania, he's got a personal best of 5.83, qualification score of 5.60. On shooting achievements, he's left this fairly blank, but one of them doesn't include turning up at the range on time. It's Lane C, Pavlis Wojtiewicz's. Oh, no. On Lane D from England, he is the British champion 2023 air pistol. He's got a personal best of 5.75. Qualification score of 5.69 today. On Lane D, it's Ken Darling. Lane E from England with a personal best of 5.70. Qualification score today of 5.54. And he lists his best shooting achievement as making Ralph. Lane E, it's Matt Reed. On Lane F, it says here representing Great Britain, he's got a personal best of 5.76, 5.63 in qualification today. And he lists one of his finest shooting achievements was watched Elliot beat James yesterday. Well done. On Lane F, it's Tom White Venables. On Lane G from Wales, he's got a personal best of 5.60, a 5.49 in qualification. And his shooting achievement was beating James Miller in the finals yesterday. Lane G, it's Lord Elliot Bromfield. On Lane H from England, he's got a 5.70 something as a personal best, a 5.49 in qualification today. He achieved a gold in the mixed pairs yesterday, the Welsh champion 2023. Lane H, it's Richard Tector.
Take your positions. Five minutes preparation and sighting time. Start.
The athletes have now been given the signal they can start their final preparation and sighting for this final. At the end of this, they'll move into the final competition proper. They will shoot 2 5-shot series, both in a time limit of 4 minutes and 10 seconds. After that, we'll proceed on to single shots fired on command in a time limit of 50 seconds each. After 12 shots of the final, we will lose our first finalist. The lowest scoring athlete will be eliminated from the final. This will continue every other shot, every even number shot, so 12, 14, 16, etc. The lowest scoring athlete will be eliminated. In the event of a tie between the lowest scoring athletes, we will continue with tie shots until that is resolved. This will continue until shots numbers 23 and 24 will decide the gold and silver medals.
So, welcome to our online viewers for today's first final of the day. We have our senior men's air pistol Airoshoot final. So our finalists will now be going through their warm-up routine. See them putting some shots down, just getting used to the range. And again, it's qualification and finals all are separate, so there's slight environmental changes they need to adapt to. So this could include changing their sights slightly to make sure that the shots are going to the centre of the target. So as they settle down, we can see James there grouping nicely just above the 10, and Richard Tector going 5 straight 10s. He had a very good day yesterday, picking up the gold, I believe, in the pairs competition with who we can see on the screen there, Elliot Brumfield. He looked very relaxed in that final, seems to have been able to bring it through to today. So looks like Matt Reed is settling nicely as well for this final with 4 10s and 1 9. So looks like it's going to be a great final. Another good quality that we saw from yesterday. Oh, Tector with another 10. .9 there by Foster to settle and give them that confidence.
Unload. For the first competition series, load. Start.
So here we go with today's first final, first 5-shot series coming up. It's a nice start there by Darling with 10.1 and Foster with 10.3, coming off the back of his 10.9 to finish in his sighters. Looks very relaxed, it's good. So White Venables is up on aim there, delivering 9.4. Steady enough shot. It's all about try and get a nice 2 set of 5 shots to start this final. Give yourself that confidence and possibly a bit of a lead if you can. Finals can definitely be won at a later end of the shoot. Can't be won straight away from these first 2 5-shot series. So we will see what happens. So Foster with his 5 shots, nice central group in there, picking up 3 10s and 2 high 9s. That'll put him in a real nice position after this first 5-shot series. So as we see Ken and Pavlas. Nice shot there from Pavlas with 10.4 to finish off his series. With James with 1 shot to finish off this series. A bit slower than the other athletes in today's final, but sticking to his process and plenty of time. These athletes have 4 minutes and 10 seconds to shoot 5 shots, equating to 50 seconds each. Oh, brilliant. Taking the lead by 0.1.
At the end of the first 5-shot series there, some very good shooting. Pair of 10.7s, one from James Miller, one from Richard Tector. Currently in the lead, James Miller, he's on a 50.4. He's only 0.1 ahead of Andrew Foster in 2nd place, and Tom White Venables currently in 3rd. Matt Reed currently in 8th place. He's just 1.1 behind Ken Darling, moving into the 2nd 5-shot group.
For the next competition series, load. Start.
So that's the first shots in for this new series. Quite a few 10s across the board by Miller, Hodgkiss, Darling, Bromfield and White Venables as well. So we will see. Can James try and extend his lead? It was only a close 0.1, but hopefully now the athletes have settled in a little bit after their sighting shots and first 5-shot series. It's very strong 10.8 there by Ken. Bromfield delivering a really good 10.5 there, getting a nice group going. Let's see what he can deliver on this next shot. And then a 10.3, which is going to really help him in this final. There's a couple of wayward shots by other finalists, but still all to play for. 24-shot final, effectively. And once we finish this 5-shot series, we'll go into single shots and our first elimination to find our 8th place finalist. Ken there with a very nice 10.6 to finish off that string with a 50.1. Yeah, good confident start there by Darling. And Elliot has finished off with his 10-0, so 4 10s in that string. Real good shooting, kind of like what we saw in yesterday's pairs final. So it's good to see that they've been able to bring it into today in the individual. Matt Reed with a 9 and then 4 consecutive 10s in that series. Nice and strong.
Stop.
End of the 10th shot there, and we can see we had a couple of amazing 10.8s, one from James Miller and one from Ken Darling. James Miller remains in the lead, but that lead is only 0.2 from both Tom White Venables and Elliot Bromfield, tied in second place. Ken Darling up into 4th, only 0.6 behind them. Moving into the single shots now, and our first elimination will be after the second of the single shots. Currently Andrew Foster in 8th place, and he's 1.9 behind Richard Tector.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So now we go into the next phase of this final. Single shots. We will shoot 2 single shots, each of those in 50 seconds, and our first elimination. So this is a slight change for our finalists. Different timings. But there's still plenty of time for the athletes. 50 seconds allows them to abort if they need to. So you might see some of our athletes abort some of these shots if they don't feel like their process is quite right. But looks like it's strong across the board.
All change at the top. A 10-7 there from Tom White Venables moved him into the lead. And down at the bottom, Andrew Foster again with a 10.7. He is now only 0.6 behind Richard Tector going into the elimination after the next shot.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So, who will be our first eliminated athlete in this final? We'll surely find out very soon. And this is the point where athletes really need to concentrate on that process and trying to deliver and not get distracted by the situation. But we see there great shooting there by White Venables with a 21.0 after the 2 shots. And a 10.4 there by James, keeping his cool.
Stop.
12 shots in, we have our first elimination. In 8th place on 5.8, it's Andrew Foster. Couple of good 10s there from Tom White Venables. He is currently in the lead. He's got a 1.0 lead over James Miller. Ken Darling in 3rd place, 0.9 behind. Moving into the next 2 shots to decide 7th place. Richard Tector currently occupies that place, but he's only 0.5 behind Matt Reed.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So, first elimination was Foster, but I must say a very good showing there at the start of a real strong first series. But here we go, getting deeper into this final. Some nice 10s by Bromfield and Wojtowicz there, and Miller and Tector. Oh, this could be very tight in the end.
All change at the top again. James Miller back into 1st place. Tom White Venables down in 2nd. Ken Darling still in 3rd place. Change at the bottom. 1 shot to go for the next elimination. And Matt Reed is now in the danger zone. He's in 7th place. He's 1.0 behind Richard Tector. 1 shot to go.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So Reed with a bit of work to do, with 1 point to come back, but good quality shot. Could see him overturn that 1 point deficit. It's really, Matt will be trying to keep that process as he is normally, what we've seen him shoot earlier. And great shooting there by Miller with 21.0.
Now have our next elimination in 7th place at only 0.4 off of safety. Foreign point E, it's Matt Reed. Two very good 10s on that pair of shots there from James Miller. He's in 1st place. He's now got a lead of 2.0 over Tom White Venables. Change in 3rd place, Pavlos Wojtowicz is back up into 3rd. He's 1.1 behind Tom White Venables. At the moment, down at the danger zone, it's Richard Tector. He is 1.6 behind Elliot Bromfield. Next 2 shots to decide 6th place.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So, Tector with a bit of work to do. Let's see if they can keep to that process. Oh, Wojtowicz with a perfect 10.9. He looks strong from the start. He looks calm, composed. He knows what he's doing.
Stop.
No change there with the top two, but an amazing 10.9 from Pavlos has moved him up to only 0.3 behind Tom White Venables. Richard Tector still in the danger zone. He's got a 2.2 deficit to make up on Elliot Bromfield. He's got one shot to do it.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So big ask here from Tector, kind of relying on Bromfield. But let's see what he can do. Bromfield there, I think has sealed it. Tector with another 10.1. Great to keep his nerve. And Ken with a good 20.1 as well.
Stop.
We now have six-way finalist. It's on firing point H, Richard Tector. James Miller still in first place. That lead has increased slightly. It's now 2.2 over Pavlos into second place. Tom White Venables drops down into third. Ken Darling in fourth. In the danger zone, Elliot Bromfield. He's currently in fifth. He's only 0.4 behind Ken Darling. 2 shots to go.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So we're getting close to these, knowing where our medalists are going to be. Tension grows for our athletes, but they need to be able to reset themselves. And we can see across the board some good quality shots there. 10.7 by Darling. James sticking to his process. A little slower. Oh, unfortunately there with that shot.
Stop.
James Miller still in the lead, but that lead over Tom White Venables only 0.2 now, with Ken Darling only 0.1 further behind. Elliot Bromfield still in the danger zone. He's got one shot to try and salvage and claw back 1.5 over Pavlos.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So very, very tight at the top. Bromfield with a bit of work to do, but look at that. Great work there with 10.5. Darling with 2 10s with a 20.9 string. And James back to where he wants to be with a 10 there.
Stop.
Second string, great recovery.
All change at the bottom. We now have our 5th place finalist, and on firing point F, it's Tom White Venables. James Miller still on the lead, but he's only just clinging on. The lead is 0.1 over Ken Darling in second place now. Pavlos into third, 0.9 behind. We're moving in to decide 4th place. Who's going to miss on the medals? At the moment, it's Elliot Bromfield. If he wants to get into the medals, he's got to make up 0.4, but he's got 2 shots to do it.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So, as Captain Hall commentator says, there's 2 shots left. With the difference between these 4 finalists, the medals could go to anyone and in any order. So, Bromfield's coming off a good last string to save himself. Can he keep that confidence going? Well, there we are, 9.3. It's going to help. Pavlos with a very strong 9.9. Darling out left with an 8.2, but oh, Miller with a 10.8 there. Great with the confidence levels.
Stop.
Nice and steady.
A very Very good 10.8 there from James Miller, has extended his lead. He's now got a lead of 1.9 over Pavlis in second. Elliot Bromfield, he's still in the danger zone, but that error that he's got to make up now is only 0.2 over Ken Darlin. The next shot will decide fourth place.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So we will find out who our three medalists are going to be very soon, with Bromfield only 0.2 behind. So he's done it before, can he do it again? We will find out. Ken and Pavlas looking very relaxed. And Ken delivering a really, really good 10.8 there. And James back up to level where he wants to be, another 10.1.
We now know our fourth place finalist on firing point G, Elliot Bromfield. James Miller still in the lead. That lead is 2.0 over Ken Darlin, who pushed himself up with a 10.8 on that series. Pavlis currently in third place, 0.7 behind. We now know who the medalists are going to be. Let's find out what colour medal they're going to win.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So James got himself a bit of a lead now, but we saw earlier can only take one shot and it can all change. So let's see who can keep their nerve. Pavlas and Ken both with 9.8s there. Nice and steady from those two athletes. 9.8s across the board.
Stop.
Must be something in the air.
I think they were copying each other's homework on that one. 9.8s across the board, no change. Moving into the next shot to decide the bronze medal. Pavlis currently occupying that place. He is 0.7 behind Ken Darlin.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So our athletes, yeah, we've got 60 shots in the qualification just to get into this final. Now coming down to this last shot, only 0.7 between them. Or Darling there with an 8.1 high, and Pavlas with a 9.4. So Pavlas has been able to secure himself at least a second position. Strong high nines by James.
22 shots in, we now have our bronze medalist. And on firing point D, it's Ken Darling. Moving into the last two shots now to decide the gold and the silver medals. At the moment, James Miller occupying that gold medal position. The gap he has between him and Pavlis is 3.2. Let's see what happens on the next two shots.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So a bit of work for Pavlas to do. Might be a bit of a stretch with the quality that James has shown over the last couple of two-shot series, but we have seen stranger things happen in finals. A nice steady high 9 there by Pavlas, and 9.7. 10.0 there by Miller, keeping his nerve.
Stop.
10.0 there from James Miller has extended that lead slightly. It's now 3.5. We have one competition shot remaining. See if Pavlis can turn his silver medal into a gold.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
So, I'm sure the heart rates are up a little bit for these two finalists. Let's see how they handle that, and both keeping to their process throughout this final. It's imperative that they stick to their routines to try and deliver the best quality shots possible. But an 8.3 there by Pavlas, it's not going to be enough really. Yeah, and a strong showing there by James.
Stop and load. Results are final.
As Chief Range Officer said, results are final. We now know our bronze medalist, Ken Darling. Second place, the winner of the silver medal, Pavlis Wojciechowicz. And in first place, gold medal winner, James Miller. The awards ceremony for this match will take place as soon as possible after we clear the range, so please do not run away.